friends, Lissa and Nate here for a recipe video, and I would just like to thank you, Nate, for coming all the way up to Canada to visit with me.
Oh my gosh. I just want to say thank you for having me here in your kitchen. I mean, you guys, I'm in Raw Food Romance's kitchen right now. This is surreal.
It's so awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. You get to see how I film everything, how I do everything. It's pretty cool
pretty
to show you
amazing.
the ropes.
Yes.
And today we are going to be making for you guys spaghetti and meatballs.
Spaghetti and meatballs. So I'll be making the meatballs, and I'll show you guys how we'll make the meat. And then at the same time, Lissa's going to be cutting up the mushrooms to marinate these. And both of these are done in the dehydrator.
Yes, and that's why we're doing them first, because we aren't going to be having dinner for another about 2 or 3 hours. So we're going to get this done right now to let it sit in the dehydrator. So yeah, I'm going to chop these mushrooms. I'm going to slice them just like this. I like to cut off the end a little bit, and then I like to slice them like this. The thinner you slice them, the faster they marinate.
Ah, and they taste so much better when they're thin too.
Yeah, the thinner the mushroom, the better. So I'm just going to sit here and chop these, and I'm going to
Look at how
Nate...
perfect she slices these mushrooms.
Oh, thank you.
Professional. Definitely thin is better than thick chunks.
Yeah,
Marinates
definitely.
better, tastes better when you're eating them. Okay, you guys, so what we're going to do on this side is we're going to be doing the meatballs for the spaghetti. Lissa is chopping those mushrooms, so it's beautiful. So what we're going to have to have a food processor. You could do this in a blender. Food processor works the best. This is a little KitchenAid 4 to 5 cup food processor. Should work fine for what we're trying to do here. So we'll take the top off here. What we're going to do is we'll put in some of the wet stuff. So would you mind, can you cut me in half there, that lemon?
Yes, I would love to.
So let's use half this lemon. Let's throw our garlic in here, and let's throw our jalapeno in here. Now I like to get the jalapeno and the garlic going first. Let's throw in our onion. Let's get the sunflower seeds in here next. So we're using sunflower seeds, probably have maybe about a cup at the most for this particular batch. This is going to be definitely enough for about 2 to 3 people. So we got the sunflowers in there. We're also using some sun-dried tomatoes. And these sun-dried tomatoes, I think maybe we have like 6 or 8 of them. So we'll throw those in there. Let's also throw the tomatoes in. You could use any kind of tomato. It just kind of helps to have a little bit of moisture, a little bit of liquid. So you could cut these in half, our bigger tomato in half. These guys, I'm just going to use 3 whole of the small tomatoes. So the seasonings we're putting in here, I should have told you guys, is we're going in with some cumin, some smoked paprika, some chipotle pepper flakes, and what was the other thing that we put in there?
Cumin?
No, we put the cumin in there. We're missing one. I had 4. Paprika, cumin. Oh, chili powder. There it is.
Chili powder.
Just to add a little more spice. All right, let's get this blended up.
That looks awesome. And I know your meatballs are so delicious. Whenever you make the taco meat or meatballs or anything like that, I always love when you make them.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So here's your tray.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. You want to start creating your meatballs?
Sure. So as this is done, you guys, what you're going to do is you're going to grab your dehydrator sheet, and you're just going to place these out on the sheet. You can do a little crumbles, little ball. Some people like to sprinkle. I've seen, I sometimes like to do little patties, and then you can just crumple up the patties. But these are going to be a meatball, so we're going to try to make them into a ball. So while I do this,
I am going to make the mushroom marinade. So I've got all of the mushrooms sliced up quite nicely in here. Again, thin is best. We're going to start with chopping this onion. I want onion into little tiny diced pieces because I want to have a little bit of an onion flavor. And onions soften as they marinate in the dehydrator, so they are kind of a nice addition, especially for the tomato sauce. So we'll just chop these up nice and small. And for seasonings, we're going to use a little bit of coconut aminos. Again, you don't have to use coconut aminos, but I like the flavor of them. So probably about 1 or 2 tablespoons. We're gonna add a little bit of smoked paprika because I add smoked paprika to like everything. Gonna add a little bit of garlic powder. And again, you guys can add whatever you want to this. You don't have to follow exactly, but this is what I like. I'm gonna add a little bit of smoked salt. Now the smoked salt is kind of hard to find. You don't have to use this again, but I like it. It's an alderwood smoked salt from the Silk Road Spice Merchant here in Edmonton. And you can get that online. You can find their website if you wanted to grab some of that. If not, you can use regular salt, or you can leave the salt out altogether. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to use your spatula, and I'm just going to mix up the mushrooms. So once you've got the mushrooms all ready and all coated,
Ooh, smells so good.
These are going to be good. You could even actually add a little bit of maple syrup to this, and it gives it a little bit of a sweetness, but that's, again, totally optional. Then you pour them onto like a silicone baking sheet on your dehydrator tray.
And you guys, I'm all done with my meatballs here. These are just formed into little balls. And we'll just toss these in the dehydrator.
Yeah.
Along with these mushrooms. And yeah, about an hour and a half. These mushrooms, the thing is with them, I find it's best is to stir them up a little bit, kind of flip them around a little bit.
Yeah, if you have time. I mean, not everybody does, right?
True,
but
true.
if you don't, you can always also stick them into the dehydrator in a bowl
Oh,
as
yeah.
well, so
There you
they
go.
sit in the marinade.
So the marinade, yeah.
Yeah, that's always an option. Again, you know what? This is just what we do.
Yep.
And you guys can do whatever your heart desires. We just like to show what we do. So about 110 degrees Fahrenheit is what we're going to put these in at, again, for about an hour and a half. So we're going to put these into the dehydrator tray, and we'll see you guys when we're ready to make the spaghetti noodles.
See you guys in a little bit.
So it's been about an hour and a half, 2 hours, since
Yep.
we've put everything into the dehydrator. And I've been spiralizing the zucchini. Now, I peeled the zucchini
Look
so
at
that
this
they were
angel
all
hair.
white.
Oh my gosh.
So awesome. And the reason they are angel hairs and not the standard typical zoodle size is because I've been using the Joyce Chen spiralizer, which makes the noodles more of an angel hair, like a really, really skinny
Delicious.
pasta. So much better. I like it better. I like the thicker noodles for cucumbers, and I like this one for zucchini.
Yeah.
So I'm going to spiralize this one.
Excellent. And what we'll do over here is we'll get the stuff out of the dehydrator and put in this bowl. We've got our meatballs and our marinated mushrooms. So let's get that out of the dehydrator. All right, you guys, so we've got our meatballs here. We're just gonna put them in the bowl. And that way we can put the mushrooms right on top. And after we make our marinara sauce, our tomato sauce, we're just gonna pour that right on top of this mixture and mix it all in. Oh. All right, you guys, we've got our marinated mushrooms here. Looking very, very delicious.
And I have more zoodles.
Oh, and those angel hair zoodles. So good. These smell so good.
This is going to be an awesome dinner.
This is like almost turned into kind of like a sauce. Like it could be like a barbecue sauce.
Yeah, I know. Especially, like I said, if you added maple syrup to it,
Oh,
definitely.
right.
Maybe a little tomato powder.
Oh, okay.
Could have turned it into kind of a barbecue sauce.
Oh, gotcha.
That looks so good.
Yeah. Look at that.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm going to make little indentations here in the zoodles. So we have room for a fair amount of sauce because I'm going to want lots of sauce.
Yeah, I like a lot of sauce too. This is gonna be a very nice sauce too with all these meatballs and marinated mushrooms. Look at these, you guys. I mean, that's delish, right? Oh.
So instead of just having a standard typical plain marinara, we're gonna have it chunky, hearty, and this is really good for people who find that they don't necessarily fill up easily
yeah.
on a raw diet. You know, a lot of people say like, oh, if I eat a big salad, I tend to be hungry.
Yeah.
This meal always fills me up.
This is a good transition meal too. I mean, look at this. Is this not awesome or what? A little nest so you can fit more sauce and stuff in there?
And there's 2 zucchinis each.
Okay.
So that's how much I spiralized.
zucchinis?
Yeah, not bad.
And that angel hair.
So let's get the sauce going.
All right, let's get into this sauce. All right, you guys, let's get into this sauce mixture here. So what we'll put is we're going to put about 3 small tomatoes, or we have about 9 to 10 little,
Yeah, cherry tomatoes.
cherry tomatoes. I'm not sure what these ones in particular are called. We've got about a half of a red bell pepper. What else do we got here?
Basil.
Ooh,
Basil, because we want to make it Italian flavored, right?
A couple cloves of garlic.
Some pitted dates. Again, make sure they're pitted. And these are going to make it sweet. We know that, when you go for tomato sauce in the store, most of them have added sugar, and that's why I put dates in. And everybody always says that my tomato sauce is
It's super good. I have had this before. This is not my first time. So oregano. Yeah, this is a very good sauce.
smoked paprika. Get it all in there.
A little black pepper.
And last but not least, sun-dried tomatoes. You guys can make your own, or you can buy some that are sulfite-free.
Very, very good to have the sun-dried tomato. Yeah, and these are oil-free, so it definitely makes for a nice sauce.
Definitely.
Now, another thing we're going to have is just a splash of apple cider vinegar.
Yeah, can't forget that, because it gives it that little bit of tang.
About
a little bit more,
about
I
a
would say.
capful. Yeah, maybe like
Yeah,
a teaspoon or so.
perfect.
Okay.
And then you're going to want to add your water slowly, but you want to start with maybe half a cup and then work your way up, because the sun-dried tomatoes and the dates are going to suck up a lot of water, so you're going to need to add more as you're blending, because the blender will start to stop and you need to get it going again. So you're going to constantly be adding water until it's blending. Once you've added the perfect amount of water and it's blending constantly without getting tired or stopping, then you put the Vitamix on high and you let it blend for 2 minutes straight. If you let it blend for 2 minutes straight, or until it's nice and warm to the touch, I find it's around 2 minutes, that's when the sauce is ready, and we're gonna mix it into our meatballs.
Delicious when it's warm like that too. Okay, well let's
All
get her
right,
going.
let's blend.
All right, you guys, that's done there.
Oh, it looks so good.
Nice and warm. You can even see it steaming.
But it's still raw because it's only, hot temperature.
Yeah, it
warm
could
to the touch.
It couldn't be more than 105 degrees.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna put our meatball and mushroom mixture here in this bigger bowl because we have quite a bit of sauce. We're gonna want to stir that sauce in real well. Look at that.
So here we go. Here are our meatballs and our mushrooms. Now we'll just add the sauce.
All right, you guys. Oh, that smells so good.
Now the sauce typically has quite a few air bubbles in it, which can make the sauce taste funny in the beginning. So I always recommend to stir your sauce up really good before you put it on your zoodles. That way you can get a lot of the air bubbles out and the flavor kind of becomes more like a sauce.
Yeah.
I just find that it tastes so much better after you've mixed it for a little bit. So we're just going to mix it.
Ooh.
Look at that.
And you guys, while that sauce was blending, it's pretty loud. I just rinsed all the dishes up, the rest of the stuff that we had laid out that quick, so we don't have much to clean up after this.
Yeah, that's so nice. And the other thing that's nice about raw food is that it's oil-free.
Oil-free.
So it doesn't, stick to the bowls and Vitamix and everything, make everything oily.
This is legit looking right here with those big old meatballs in there.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah. Mushrooms all over.
So after you've stirred it for a little bit, the air bubbles should be out, and then we can make our spaghetti.
Yes.
So here's your bowl, my
Yes,
love.
please. Thank you very much.
Here's mine, and we will just scoop this out.
Look at that.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Oh. That is looking good. I'm a happy man.
Look at that. Here, I'll do some on mine, just so not all on yours. Whoa.
Oh, that's a good one.
That was a good one.
Yes.
So 3 for me.
We always got to
4
equal it
for
out.
You.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Oh, you guys, surreal.
Oh yeah. Here, let me get a bigger scoop here.
That's a nice bowl of spaghetti right there. I mean, is that legit or what? That looks like the real deal, straight off the stovetop spaghetti.
Exactly. Tricks your mind.
Sure does.
And it tastes amazing.
Yeah.
We don't need to have any pasta or anything like that. We can just have all vegetables. So there we have it. Raw vegan spaghetti.
Cheers.
Are you excited?
Unbelievably excited. Look at that, you guys. That's the real deal. Spaghetti and meatballs. I mean, legit.
And the recipe, again, is in my Dips and Dressings book. You can get your print copy on Amazon, or you can get an ebook version right here. If you guys liked this video, please click like and subscribe to my channel. You can click the little bell to get notifications sent directly to you every time I post a new video. You can find me on Facebook, Lissa's Raw Food Romance, on Instagram at Raw Food Romance, and on Snapchat, Lissa Raw Vegan. And you can also find Nate.
You can find me, Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram, Raw Natty Nate.
Yes, so make sure you check him out. And I hope you guys can make this delicious dinner for yourselves one day. Let's go enjoy it.
Yes. Thanks, guys.
Until the next video, guys.
Love ya.
Fruit on.
Okay, so what we're going to do on this side, you guys, is we're going to do the spaghetti of the meatballs. Okay, start over again. Get it going. Come on, come on, come on. Wrap it up.